are blatantly in our faces, and they're making fun of us. They are making fun of us, folks. And it is a big problem because, you know, it's like you send money up the food chain. You pay your taxes. That money gets sent up the food chain. So it gets sent up, and it ends up in the pockets of a lot of these people that claim to run us, claim to be there for us, claim to guide us. We don't want those. Like, we just want less government. Don't want to be told what to eat, when to mask up, what to do. We just don't want this anymore. The face of the people are criminals, blatant, murderous criminals, right? From big pharma to social media to controlled opposition to mainstream media. Frick, man, we could talk about everything. The airlines, the internet company. I mean, we could go into everything. The face of the enemy is all. It's endless. You know. So we got the comments moving real nicely here on. Thanks, guys, for keeping the show going tonight in the comments. And I really hope things really change. I really hope we see a change in the face of who represents us. I don't even want representation. I just want to sell my toys from my store and just raise my family and take care of my family and that's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for anything. You know, the socialized medicine here is done. Socialized medicine is done. We're seeing it happen in Australia, where people are in fear of going to the hospital. And like, well, this has been happening in Canada since 2017, 2018. People waiting in emergency rooms, dying in emergency rooms to see a doctor. People waiting 4 to 6 hours for an ambulance and dying, waiting on an ambulance to come and get them. This whole socialized control, like through internet, through airlines, through everything is destroying our souls. It's really bringing us back. It's really taking us. It's crippling us. And I been trying really hard to try and kind of not even wake people up, but make people feel what they're losing when they start giving up their freedoms for more protection that's not going to be there. The criminals thrive. And it's heartbreaking. It's crippling. I know I said crippling 14 times. I'm sorry. But this is where we're at. The banks. The Black Swan event's going to happen. There's no other way around it. There's no other way around it. It doesn't mathematically make any sense. Right now, we are arguing the floor over the ceiling. Remember that morning coffee with Mike I did last year for a year and a half, 2 years now, where that is the floor and down here is the ceiling. That's what we're arguing. Down there, that's the ceiling. I'm a man. No, you're a woman. No, I'm not this. I'm no identity. I'm fluid. I'm whatever. That's what we're arguing. We're arguing the floor over the ceiling. We're arguing that 2 plus 2 equals 47. And trying to prove that 2 plus 2 equals 47. And I don't know. Like, I don't know. If Canada goes to war, who do I fight for? Well, I'm just going to fight for my family. Right? Is there anything here even worth saving anymore? And that's where I'll fight for I'll fight for the American Constitution. That's what I'll fight for. I'll fight tomorrow for the American Constitution here in Canada as a Portuguese. That's who I'll fight for. The freedom of speech. The freedom of assembly. The freedom of everything. The freedom of the press. The Founding Fathers knew the tyranny that the Europeans were going to bring over eventually. The founding fathers knew the tyranny that was going to come when people had a lot of freedoms. And the tyranny will come, and the control will come. Right? The Monthly Journal is saying, support your local small businesses and keep dollars in your local city. I was talking to someone about that today. I got my little store. When people buy something from my store, I spend the money in my town to feed my family. The money doesn't go to some account or some corporate account somewhere overseas in Nebraska or somewhere or some, you know what I mean? So